I was thinking about inadequacy, feeling inadequate. As a human, normally we try to, I'm just talking, and this is me talking. We try to have better businesses, better education, make more money, have better cars. Of course, we do those things for our families, for our loved one. We want to provide. However, what will happen if some of us, we don't have a very nice and good car, a very good job? What happens if some of us, and when some of us even went through divorce, with having children, leaving children behind? What happens with some of us didn't even get married and out of nowhere became pregnant? Now we have to raise this child and we don't even make good amount of money and we never went to college or anything. And we're asking family member to help us. What happens when some of us, trying to follow Jesus, gave everything in following him for years and years, didn't pursue business or anything or success, and now we're left alone with not much? What happens when we didn't climb the mountain of success, and we don't have anything to show? What happens when we cross paths with those who have been successful in life? They have a good job, they have a good car, seemingly they have good marriage, they got their life together. What happens when we're around those people with the kind of problem or the reality I just shared previously? What happens? We feel inadequate. We feel lower than those who passed us. Even we feel lower in character, we feel lower in personality, we feel lower in wisdom. We feel lower, we feel inadequate, we feel we are not enough, and our head goes down. We feel sad, not enough. But the question is, in the eyes of God, when he looks at us as his children, how does he measure us? What is his measuring stick? We as a human, in different cultures, in different times, and in different decades, like 1970, in America, we had different measuring stick. In 1980, 1990, 2000, not only our music changes, our culture changes every 10 years to me, and our measuring stick changes. But the thing is, God is eternal. His measuring stick never changed. His love is Christ Jesus. What Christ accomplished for us. In that sense, if we have this kind of mentality and know that in God's eyes, we are enough, we are adequate, not inadequate, adequate. We are enough. We are successful. We are fruitful. We are loved by him. When we have that kind of view and mentality, perhaps our life circumstances, they don't change, but something inside us will change. Finally, we say, you know what? I am enough. And to me, finally, we say, I am not, this is very important right here. We will say, I am not lower than other people because of my lack of accomplishment. And I'm not lower than anybody because they accomplished more than I did. In the eyes of God, we are His children. To me, that's the highest form of accomplishment. And from there, we could go after accomplishment, even human accomplishment and human success. But we need to base, and we should base, our foundation and our accomplishment, our fruitfulness, our multiplication, and our blessings over our identity in God. That's the hard saying, and that's the easy saying. It's easy because it's easy to say. It's hard because it's really hard to really know. Knowing, meaning inner knowing, that my identity, which is the measuring stick, is upon the gift of God, His Son, and His love for me. The question is, do we have anything more powerful and anything more valuable than the love of God toward an individual? I'm not talking about toward masses, toward the individual. No, you cannot price anything higher than the love of God. Unconditional love of God, the crazy love of God, the undeserved love of God, the unchangeable love of God, the unmeasurable love of God. There is nothing higher than that. Then when my identity, I take my identity away from what culture values or devalues, when I take my identity away from that place and put it on the solid rock of God's love. God's love is solid rock. When that happens, then I'm okay. Then from there, yes, of course I could go after accomplishment and success. But if I make it or if I don't make it, my life is not going to shake. Or let's say it, my life is not going to shake it. It's just like, it doesn't matter because then really I start enjoying, how we enjoy our fruitfulness and success and this and that. I start to truly enjoy my true identity. How many of us woke up in the morning and remember who we are and how much we are loved from God and were filled with joy? Perhaps not many. When we buy a brand new car, you wake up and you're filled with joy for a while. When you get accepted perhaps to Harvard University or wherever, the mission trip of your lifetime that you always wanted to go there, when you get accepted, you're filled with joy because something happened. And I am and you are loved by God. There is nothing in this planet or in eternity higher than the love of God. Then I have it. You have it. Perhaps it doesn't seem like it, but we have it. Then allow me, Father, to be filled with joy, remembering that I am loved by you. And in it, I could trust you.